What's good, everybody? Gonna give it a second. Trying to get my tassels out of the way. Hey, my loves. How is everybody today? Just wanted to come on really quickly and have a conversation with you guys about validation. Why we seek it, why we feel we need that, how we can validate ourselves. Okay, so that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about validation. Okay, what's up, Zali? What's good, everybody? Come on in, come on in. So, validation is important, right? This is how you know, let's say you do a good job at work and your boss comes and tells you, hey, what's good, Brittany? That assignment that I asked you for, what's good, Tawanda? It really went well. You see Riddick in the back, he's chilling with me today. It went well. You did a great job. Thank you so much. You represented the company in a fabulous way. That feels good, obviously, right? When you do something for your family and they say thank you, we appreciate all your hard work. What's good, cheerfully sweet, right? These are, important things to feel, valued, right? But sometimes we get caught up in shit that ain't really positive when we're looking for validation outside of ourselves. Right? Sometimes you'll see people who are doing things specifically to be validated. In other words, so I had someone come to my house who was cooking once. This was a couple years ago. And the person wanted to show that, they were a great cook. And the food was excellent. And everybody said the food is great. Right? But 2 and 3 days later, this person was still asking people what they thought about the food. That's not positive validation. Okay, that is like you're asking. And validation you shouldn't have to seek it in that form. Okay, so that's the first thing I wanted to say. Now, why is this coming up? So, there are people, what's good, Leah Lou? There's several readers that I really respect on YouTube. Like, really respect and admire, because I feel like they do readings that are not like, is my boyfriend coming back, or does this person still love me? Not to say that there's anything wrong with wanting to know that, but for me, that is not the purpose of tarot. Tarot is so that you can see what's going on around you and how you can use that for your soul growth, okay? So with that said, what's good, Jennifer LaRoe? He's so handsome, right? So, with that said, there's a few readers. I'm going to be honest, it's under 10. Get down. Come on now. Leave those people alone. They're not bothering you. So, as I was saying, this one particular reader, she has quite a few followers. Lots. Right? And I think she's a marvelous reader. She's quite blessed. Young woman, quite blessed. I know that normally she gets a lot of views. He's shotgun today. She gets a lot of views, right? So whenever I have time, I always try to watch, her work, because I feel like, she's quite brilliant. So I'm watching a video, and basically she was upset because a video that she had done hadn't fared the way she expected it to fare. Okay? And she's not the only reader that I seen do this. There's another reader that I know personally that I seen doing this. And I'm gonna be honest. I think it's wrong to go to your followers and complain that you didn't get enough views. Because I feel like that's not the right kind of validation. Right? And what really stuck out to me, I'm trying to put it in a way because I'm not attacking anybody. You understand? I just want to use it as a teachable moment. Right? So what got me about it was that this person on the video they were talking about had over 17,000 views. Okay? They were upset because they felt like it should have been upwards of 30. And I feel like that's like moving away from the blessing of what. Listen, would I love to have a video that does well like that? Yes. But do I check my videos every day to see how many? Hell no, I don't. Because if I was to do that, I might be discouraged, right? I want to give you guys the messages that I feel will help those that need it. The ones that are supposed to receive it, they'll come across the message, right? I'm never going to go on and be upset with you guys, right? For multiple reasons. Maybe a download or a subject matter that I cover is only for me, and maybe that's why nobody else is resonating. Even though personally I feel like 17,000 views is a lot of resonating, right? Maybe another reason might be that, you know, the message that you're giving, because tarot readers, energy workers, high priestesses, shaman, oftentimes we're ahead on the energy, right? So I might be 2 and 3 weeks ahead, right? So you might hear a message that I say to you and it doesn't resonate in that second, and then 3 weeks later you're like, oh shit, that was that shit that Lovelee was talking about, right? The reason why I'm bringing this to you is because I want you to recognize, yes, always be grateful for what you do have, because it could have been a lot worse. That's factual. But it's also a thing of like, you're blessed. You're blessed, right? You might see a situation, be like, oh, I wish I did better. And there's 100 people behind you that wish they could do as well as you. Right? So when we're not in gratitude for the smaller things, how's Spirit going to reward you for the bigger shit? If you feeling, you know, like slighted because you wanted to do better, how you going to get the bigger shit? Right? I always say I'm grateful for the littlest things, right? Because I am. You know, I was telling one of my clients the other day, I heard a song, you know, it was the Puffy song. That Puffy song, the one that he did back in the day for Biggie Smalls. Well, I gotta think of it for a second. What was the title? I'll be missing you every single day. Thinking of the day. What a life to take. What a bond to break. I'll be missing you. Right? Now, you know, I don't talk about it much. I've spoken about my husband. But I had a cousin who passed who was like my brother. And he, you know, he was murdered. You understand? Anyway, it was right around that time. So when I hear that song, and in the 90s, I had lost a lot of people. Late 90s, I lost a lot of people. So when I hear that song, it reminds me of the people on the other side. Okay? So I hadn't heard that song in a minute. And there's a reason why I'm telling you this. Okay? I hadn't heard that fucking song in a minute. Like a week ago. I run out to get a pack of cigarettes. I pull up to the gas station. And what's playing? That. So I closed all my fucking windows. And I turned that bitch all the way up. And I know that people can't hear. What's good, Tammy? People can't hear. They can hear the music, but they can't hear what I'm saying. You understand? So at that point, I parked the car. I got the music blaring. And I start crying instantly. Because I could feel all my ancestors, all the people that passed, you know, around that time. I felt like they were all on me. Right? And, you know, I was about to hit a milestone. So, and this is just a couple weeks ago. So, you know, I'm about to hit this milestone and I feel them all in the fucking car with me. And the music starts playing. And I closed the windows, like I said, I blared up the music. And I was fucking crying. And I'm screaming in the car like, thank you, spirit, thank you, ancestors, thank you, gratitude, gratitude. And I'm just crying, gratitude. And I'm literally screaming in the car, banging the steering wheel. We are like communing in the car. And I knew what that moment was about. I knew why they were sitting there with me. Because it was like a day before I hit 10,000 on TikTok. Now, that ain't even a lot to some other people. Okay? But I've been walking in this journey since I was 13 years old. I started this business legitly, you know, in 2020. Right? And I thank them in advance. How would I look coming to them and being like, you know what? I've been busting my ass for 2 years. And I feel like I'm not making the progress. Do I deserve it if I'm talking like that? Or should I feel blessed that I have the opportunity to get up, even if it's serving one fucking person? If my message reaches one person a day, I did my job. I did my job. Okay, so what I'm saying to you is that you need to check yourself always, you know, about why you want to be validated, because validation should come from within. What's good, Shamika? Validation should come from within. And there's a chance, like I said, I'm a baby tarot reader, right, on channels here. And let me clarify, because I said that wrong. I'm a master tarot reader with a baby channel. Okay? I'm a master tarot reader with a baby channel. Right? I love what the fuck I do. I love what I do. I feel fucking honored every day. Okay? And I hope that if ever I should get to the point that I'm not feeling honored, that I'm not showing how important, how valued, how much I care about my clients, which they can fucking tell when they have personal shit. I be doing shit on the arm. I be calling them. I be checking on them. I be texting them. Okay? Weeks, months sometimes after the work is done. Okay? I hope that if I ever lose my way, that those closest to me will tell me, hey, you need a break. You need a break. Okay? And, you know, somebody might show her this. And I say this with all love. Because like I said, when I started, you know, I really admire her. I think she's gifted. But I feel like when, I don't give a fuck how gifted you are. If you get to the point that 17,000 views ain't enough, it's time to recalibrate. Right? So, and this shit applies to all of us. All of us. Right? When you clean your house, do you wait for somebody to tell you, you know what? You did a great job cleaning those toilet bowls. I'm just saying. There's a lot of shit that we do in life that goes fucking unnoticed. I remember once I told my son something, you know, he was making a decision that that he knew there was going to be some pushback. He knew that. Right? And I told him, I said, let me tell you something. There's going to be times in life when you got to make decisions that you feel are the right decision for you and nobody else is going to understand it, and there ain't going to be no fucking parade for you. There's not going to be no audience. There ain't going to be nobody fucking clapping. You're going to be walking through a valley by yourself. And if you don't feel that conviction in you, you ain't going to make it. So you got to know when you make these decisions that you might not get the encore. You might not get the validation. You might not get the love. You know what I'm saying? But you better be sure that you're doing it for the right reasons. Because if you doing it, what's good, Nelson? If you doing this shit so somebody could go and tap you on the fucking back, you already went wrong. You already went wrong. You already went wrong. Right? So when you make a decision, whether anybody else is going to like it or not, you better be good with it. You better be able to sleep in your bed. You better not be counting how many people are in agreement. What's good, Misty? Right? Miss Taylor, right? We don't want to come from a space of where like, well, this message only resonates if a lot of people like it. Or this job that I did is only important if enough people tell me I did a good job. You're going to be carried by everybody else's feelings if you allow that shit to happen. What's good, Rose? You feel me? I don't know, yo. I think that also social media has done this to society, right? Where we want and this person's quite at least 20 years younger than me, so that also could be a thing, right? Because I feel like the younger generation now, they're very much into the, do they like me? Am I liked? Did I get enough clicks? Did I get enough thumbs up? Fuck that. See, maybe it's a little bit easier for those of us who are older because we didn't have that shit, so it's not as important. Right? Everything is like, did you get enough likes? Did, you know, and that type of shit, right? This life is not about if other people like you or if other people appreciate what you're doing. It ain't about that. If you get caught up with that, you're going to find yourself on a road leading to nowhere because you're looking for an audience. Okay? You got to make your decisions based on what's true to yourself. And then, hopefully, if you listen to your inner soul and your higher self enough, that shit will ring true for other people. And the like-minded individuals will get your message. Or the like-minded people on the path that will see how you try to vibrate from a higher place. Right? But the moment that you shift to needing that external validation, you fucked up, right? And here's the craziest part of this shit. I actually was in the chat when the shit was happening live. So I wrote when she said the thing about the validation. I said, but this path is not about validation. And she got upset, right? So she picked my comment and she was like, don't fucking tell me that this isn't about validation. I've been doing it for 4 years. So I didn't want to go in there and be like, baby, I've been reading since I was 13. And there's never been no fucking audience. This is just some shit with YouTube in the last 5 or 6 years. Right? Tarot readers since the beginning of time. Since tarot was fucking invented. Right? You might have a couple people in your village that might have known that was your specialty. Ain't no validation like that. What's good, Tamila? Right? It's sad, right? And I don't even, direct it at that person. I'm talking about as a society, right? Think of all the fucking kids that they feel like they're not popular because, their Twitter, their Snapchat, whatever, it ain't fucking blowing up. There's got to be a better way. Right? And then when you don't get the feedback that you're looking for, you get bent out of shape. That's because internally it wasn't for the right thing. Right? Because when I give you guys a message, if only 5 people come in, I feel good because I know those 5 people got that message. And they may not share that with nobody. Right? But they could be talking to their girlfriend on the phone or their friend or whatever, and a problem comes up in that person's life, and they might not use the words I use, but they take that light and they pass it the fuck on. I'm here to spread light, not to get likes. Okay? And I say that with love. I say that with love. I seen another tarot reader, this is like 2 years ago, yelling at the clients because, they don't like when they come in. Okay? They don't like, she was actually like, and this is a bigger tarot reader than the first tarot reader I was talking about, who was like, there's like 400 people in the room, I only got 50 likes. You got 400 people in the room. You not happy with 400 people in the room? You feel like that's the time where you should be like, fuck that. I ain't gonna say nothing else until all you motherfuckers like that because this shit is mad disrespectful. Are we here spreading light? It fucks me up, yo. Like I get confused. Like, is this what we're supposed to be doing? Like, I feel like it's not with love. Like, I really don't be yelling at y'all. And I'll even say, like, yo, it's about to be some shit y'all not gonna like. But I don't really yell at y'all. That's not my place. I'm here to deliver the message. You know what I'm saying? I'm here to deliver the message. Either you receive it, you don't receive it. And that's okay. And I've had some people that didn't like the message, and then they go and like 3 months or 2 months later, they're like, you know what? You right. That shit that you told me, I didn't want to hear it then, but everything came out exactly like how you said. I'm so glad. And they fucking come back. You know why they come back? Because they know I never say it with maliciousness, that I'm doing it out of a pure heart. Right? And I've never faked jacks. Y'all, most of y'all in here, you've been with me for a while. right? I'm not, like, I'm not telling y'all, like, yo, you better like this shit. It's, I don't know, and I'm going to say this, and I say this with all love. Is it, when that shit happens, what's good, L Cubed? Am I serving you, or am I expecting you to serve me? Right? Because if I'm in here yelling at y'all and telling you, why the fuck you didn't watch my video, why you didn't like my video, then I'm expecting you to serve me, baby. Then I'm expecting you to serve me. And that shit ain't right. And so, if some people get mad and they feel like they want to, I'm right here. But just know that I'm coming with light. And I'll shed light on it. Like I will. Because I feel like, I know that there's a lot of people who are using these platforms, and I'm glad to see so many tarot readers, so many energy workers. Like, it's good. We're out of the shadows. We don't have to hide anymore. I absolutely love that. But I also ain't gonna play that all this shit is okay. Because some of it ain't. Some of this shit ain't okay. It ain't fucking okay. There's one TikTok chick. I haven't even bothered to look at the name because that's how irrelevant it is. She throws bones, and every time she throws bones, no matter how the fucking bones fall, it's a yes. How is every position a yes? Or is it that you give them the answers that they want to hear, and then you charge them for that shit too? Right? So we got the gamut of like workers lying, giving out bullshit messages. And then you got other ones that are angry because they feel like they should be doing or making more. Right? I don't make as much as y'all think. Only reason why I can maintain to do this was because I already had my shit together financially. I didn't come into this looking to earn a living off of it. Yes, I do it full time because I can. But if you can't, and you're not making the means where you can, yes, YouTube takes a sizable amount. A sizable amount, right? So what I'm saying to you is, if you come on here and your intentions could be fucking good, like like I said, there's a lot of gifted people, right? Your intentions could be good, but then maybe you left work too soon. So you're not making the regular salary that you used to make, and now you want to make it on this, and eventually you will, right? But initially you're not gonna, right? And then you're mad at your clients because you're not making the money. It ain't their fault. It ain't their fault. Like, I don't know, yo. I don't know. Is it about the money? Is it about the message? Is it about the message and the love? Or is it about the accolades? Because if we're looking for accolades, then we're not servicing the public. We're expecting the public to service us. And I don't think that shit is cool. I really don't. Those are just my thoughts. And just remember that in your own personal life, regardless of the career, there's so many things that are going to go unrecognized. So many things that are going to go underappreciated. So you got to make sure that the things that you do in life, that you're going after them because of the way you feel about it, about the way it makes you feel, but not for the outside validation, because then you're already started off from the wrong intention. You know, and I'm sure that, you know, because like a lot of the like younger, you know, they out here, you know, trying to make a way for themselves, stay at home. I think it's fucking marvelous, like marvelous, that we have these opportunities to work smarter and not harder, to take back our power, to get our financial independence. I think all that's marvelous. But can we do it with love? Can we do it with our higher selves? Can we do it with a sense of community? Can we do it without attacking each other? Can we do it without any of that bullshit? I really had to think, like, do I want to follow this person anymore? Because as much as I admire this person's gift, it made me wonder, is this person, you know, going off their path? And I can ask that question. You know why I can ask that question? Because I've been off my fucking path. Because I have made mistakes. I have gone down the wrong path. I remember when my husband died, and I ain't make no secret to you guys about it. I shut down spiritually for fucking years. I just could not cope. Right? But when I came back, I surrendered it to the all. Right? And I said, if this is what you choose me to do, if this is what you're calling me to do, I will do it humbly. I will throw myself in it head first. I will, you know, ask for your protection and your guidance, and that you lead me. That's it. That's it. You know? I don't know, yo. We had a conversation a few weeks back, and I was talking about, you know, discernment and use your discernment. And this is one of those things. If you're, you know, make sure that the people that you're following, not just that they have a gift, but that their energy is right, and that their desire to do it is coming from the right fucking place. Okay? Because that shit is everything. I've seen people who are less skilled but more pure light get further because of the fact that they give their all. Right? So they might not be as good, but they'll get there because of the love that they have for what they do. But what I know for motherfucking sure is that spirit will shut your ass down. Will start leading you in the wrong direction if your ass think you the shit. Right? If spirit starts seeing like, oh, so you full of yourself. Oh, so you think it's about who likes you, and they gonna test your ass. I've told you, hard head make a soft ass, and spirit will fuck you up. You know? We have to be, there's a lot, let me tell you, in the ATRs, there's so many gifted people, but not everybody's in the right heart space. You better be sure, right? Same thing with the tarot community. You better be sure. Reiki, shaman, everything. You better be sure. Because when you go to somebody for energy work, or you going to get messages, you also picking up that frequency. Is their frequency speaking wholeness? Is their frequency speaking that they want to be helpful, that they want to give, that they want to rise as a whole? Because if they not, there's a word that we use, in the ATRs called ebos, like sacrifice. So energetically, while you are being yelled at for the likes, right? That's also like a sacrifice of energy. They go on there, they cleanse their negativity, and they have an audience to suck it up. I don't come on here trying to step on nobody else's toes. Like I said, I'm a master tarot reader with a baby channel. But I definitely want my subscribers to be careful out in these spiritual streets. Please. Okay? If that energy don't feel right, maybe they having a bad day. Check it in a week. But if that shit happens more than once, you know what it is. You know what it is. Everybody can have a bad day. I can have a bad day. But if my energy is coming up fucked up all the time, not only click off, but if you got my number, send me a message. Check on me. Hey, you good? Right? Because that is not what we're supposed to be doing. It ain't. You know? And I want you to think about that for yourself, in your own life, in your own job. How many of you have been at jobs that don't give a fuck about, that's what love and friendship is, yes. That's why, a lot of you have worked for fucking companies that don't give a shit about you. Right? But you can't just do it for them, right? Like, oh, well, they don't give a fuck about me. Nah, you're doing it for your own, like, to take care of your own family, but also the job you do is a reflection of you, right? So if you don't want to do it for them, you take your skills somewhere else where you can be appreciated, but their accolades is not really what we're looking for. You feel me? It's not what we're supposed to be doing. For those of you in my Patreon, I am going to be recording when I get home, but I've had a lot of errands. This is why I am like out and about. But I just wanted to give y'all that message. And I spent a week thinking about this, because this was last week that this happened. And I thought about it, and I thought about it, and I said, well, is that a subject that you want to broach? And being that it has to do with other readers, and but then I thought about it, and yes, it is a subject I want to broach, because I feel like there's a lot of young, and when I say young, I don't necessarily mean in age, but young in the spiritual walk, out here not fucking knowing, right? And deferring to people who are very nasty, yelling at them, cursing them out. I've heard some calling them all types of bitches. Everything but a child of God. And I feel like that shit ain't right, yo. It ain't. And I feel like we need to, be mindful, right? So we need to be mindful of why we seek validation, but also who we giving validation to. What kind of message are they giving us? What's the energy that we picking up from that? Is this an ebo, a sacrifice? Are we picking up, or are they cleansing themselves by throwing up on us? You feel me? So and that, listen, this ain't just readers, right? This could be, your friend that calls you up and just wants to hear pleasant things, but then when it's your turn, they don't have nothing nice to say. It's only about their validation, right? Yeah. So we just need to pay mind. It's just like what Jennifer just wrote. She's seen it even in commercials where they're using negativity. We have to be careful about what we're letting in. What we're letting into our frequency. Okay? So I came on here to tell you that. And yeah, you know, somebody might send this video, and it is what the fuck it is then. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. And I just wanted to come on here and tell y'all, you know, I know I'm not the only reader you watch. I just want to make sure that when you do watch these readers, that you understand that it's an energy exchange. Okay? So that's what I have for you guys. I just want to say thank you to my returning subscribers. And let me tell you, if I ever show up like that, maybe I had a bad day, fucking send me a message. Make sure I'm good. Okay? All right? So I'm wishing you all light and love and blessings on blessings, gang, gang. Bye.